And for more developments out of Turkey, let me turn to Doga Eralp in London. He's a professor at American University School of International Service and an expert on international conflict resolution. Professor, let me begin with this military council meeting. How significant are the changes that were announced?
Well, not that many people expected the top brass to stay. So I think the fact that there hadn't been that many changes is quite significant because it basically signals an important decision made by Erdogan that until the dust settles, he's decided to move along with the current top brass in the military.
Some 50,000 people either fired or suspended, including members of the military, police, teachers, judges. What is the ultimate goal here, and is this just a beginning for Erdogan?
Well, I would say it's still a little bit early to say, but I think it would be safe to say there is a widespread paranoia in the ruling AKP government and also around the leadership of Erdogan that you really don't know who to trust. So until they really make sure they know who they would be able to trust, this crackdown on all suspected members of the Gulen movement would continue.
131 media organizations as well have been shut down, more than 40 journalists arrested. Have they been charged with any crime? And really talk to us about the status of independent journalism in Turkey right now. Is everyone afraid to say anything against Erdogan's government?
Well, I would argue this is quite a paradoxical situation because the people of Turkey stood strongly with democracy, but the crackdown in the immediate aftermath of the coup attempt basically still signals to a deep fear among the ruling government that another coup attempt could take place. So basically this fear created this sense of urgency to crack down who would be suspected of having any contact with the Gulen movement. At this point, we don't know what they're charged with, but the fact that they actually did work with certain news outlets that belong to the Gulen movement basically makes them guilty in the eye of the government.
And you mentioned paranoia earlier. Do you believe this failed coup has made Erdogan stronger or simply more paranoid?
Well, I mean, obviously, President Erdogan has consolidated his image as a democratic leader, but at the same time, he is not really as secure as 2 weeks before. So he needs to make sure that he has the right people around him that he could trust and transition the new regime in the immediate aftermath of the coup.
And what's been the reaction on the streets of Istanbul, on the streets of Ankara, first to this failed coup, and of course now with these emergency powers that are cracking down on just about every organization, from the government to the media?
Well, I think people are scared. They really are not sure what's going on. And as across all countries who experience such coup attempts, there's a lot of fog around what really has taken place that night. Look, 41% of the top military personnel has either quit or they were forced to quit. So this signifies a great lack of trust in the Turkish society to traditional institutions that they had for many years actually put their trust on. So there's this widespread paranoia and this sense of insecurity in the Turkish public. So at this point in Turkey, we should expect an ongoing crackdown for the next few weeks, I would say.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Professor Doga Eralp, thank you so much.